Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a minute. Recently I've been posting once a week on my YouTube channel, and I actually think I'm liking that more because it keeps the mystery alive. So I think I'm gonna do that for a little while, and until I get back into the swing of things. The wind is trying to get me. I'm gonna get into this video and start doing my makeup because this is weird. So for the remainder of this video, I'm going to be doing a voiceover because the wind was just way too rowdy. I'm going to start off with primer. This is the Sorbet Prep and Poreless primer. I've been using this for a while, and for some reason, I'm the type of person that if I find a product that I like and it works for me, I stick to it for a really long time. So I'm just gonna go in with this primer again. Just starting off by pressing that into my skin, trying to be really gentle and not drag my skin. Just working it in. Yes girl, look at you. Wow. Next up, I'm going in with foundation. I'm using my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation in the shade Classic Tan. Just taking my time working that into my skin. I'm using a slightly bigger brush than I normally use. It's not a buffing brush, but I am buffing it into my skin. Just using circular motions and making sure that there is an equal layer of foundation on my face. Because sometimes some of us use way too much product and it doesn't look great. So I'm just taking my time going in with more foundation as I need it. On my forehead though, as you can see, we have applied way too much product and I have to spend majority of my time blending out my forehead. But you know what they say. I don't know what they say, but yeah, I just had to take a lot of time there. Next up, I have my concealer and my contour shades of Pro.Conceal. I'm just concealing the main areas that I normally do under my eyes, my eyelids, and I'm making little dots around my mouth area because I have this very blue vein above my lip and it does not look great. So I'm just making that area a little bit brighter. Taking this little eyeshadow brush, I'm using that today to blend in my concealer. I'm just tapping that in for these tiny little dots above my lip. Taking my time, just tapping. And that's something I always recommend to people when you are working with concealer. Always tap with your makeup brush. Do not drag it because it's going to crease and then you're going to set that crease and then you're not going to look great. So just take your time, tap it, blend it, do what you gotta do, but just make sure your base makeup is always on point. Going on to my lid, this actually made this process go a lot quicker, to be honest, using a smaller eyeshadow brush on my lid. But yeah, we live and we learn. So just blending that in. Oh, I edited this quite long, hey? Jeez. This is taking a while. Okay. Going in underneath my eyes, just tapping that concealer. I think this part took the longest for me because it is a tinier brush. I had to really take my time and make sure that everything is blended equally, because as you can see on camera it looked a little crazy in the beginning, but I had to just take my time, blend it out. I feel like I'm whispering, but it's okay. Just take my time, make sure everything is blended, make sure there isn't any unblended areas, make sure the concealer goes in nicely with my foundation, and look at that. Wow, pretty. Going over to the other side, same thing, just tap in that concealer. Yes girl, do the things. Now I'm going to go in with my contour shade. I'm just making little dots on the sides of my face and then I'm going to blend that in with my brush. There isn't any specific way that I do this, to be honest. I kind of just attack my face with a brush. Yeah, just being really honest. Again, taking my time, because with the Pro.Conceal, I find that sometimes it dries a bit quicker with the darker shades, because I use darker shade to contour. But anyway, I have to work a little bit faster than I would normally work with the concealer shade. So just blending that out, pushing that color upwards and not downwards. And then I'm going to go along my chin and jawline area. You may notice that I'm not putting any product on my neck, and that is because I actually have a couple of rashes on my neck, and I don't want product to go over a rash, because that's going to accentuate the texture, and that's just going to be an unnecessary problem for me in the upcoming days. So I'm not going to do that. I'm giving my neck a break. That sounds really weird, but I need to not do that to my skin. So for today's video, the makeup is just staying on my face. Alright, so just doing the same as I did with my cheekbones. I'm just taking my time to blend out that product, pushing that product up as well, and then I'm going in with the contour on my forehead. And yeah, this took really long for me, to be honest. But I had to really work carefully, because I find that if you don't blend your contour correctly on your forehead, it kind of makes a very distinct line, and it's not easy to correct. So you have to really just take your time with blending. Tap it, blend it, push that product, move it, do what you gotta do, but just make sure that color looks realistic, you know. Make sure that, does that make sense? I think so. It needs to blend in with your foundation. Everything you do needs to blend, and it needs to look realistic. Going into madness. Oh, I'm falling in love with contouring my nose nowadays. I don't know why. Just making a couple of lines. I like to go by my nostrils as well, and then like just underneath that section. Then taking that same brush and pushing that contour on my nose, just pushing it in, blending it out. And you have to, with your nose contour especially, take your time. Spend as much time as you need to make it blend out seamlessly, because if you don't, it's gonna look crazy in pictures. Believe me, it's happened to me. My goodness, I left the house and I saw myself in a mirror and I was like, whoa, what happened there, my girl? So just blend, push your contour to your eyebrow as well, so that it looks realistic. Like I tap mine and then I tap it up towards my brow. And just take your time, guys. Just take your time, blend. Yeah, that's what I always say, but just blend. Yeah, yes. Look at the nose. Ooh, blurry. Next up, I have powder. I always set with a loose powder. I always use Alright, I always use the Yardley Absolute Translucent Loose Powder to set my foundation, because I still have a lot of powder, so I'm going to use it. I just go in with powder. There's not any neat way that I can do this, to be honest. But yeah, just set all your cream and cream liquid products. What am I even trying to say? Oh my god. Just set your face, man. Next up, I'm going in with some bronzer. I am loving this bronzer currently. This is the Physicians Formula Muru Muru Butter Bronzer in Deep, I believe. And I just tap this on the perimeters of my face and along my nose, just to give my face some more warmth and some definition. Also, it smells amazing. So, yeah. this bronzer so much. So just tapping a lot of product on my forehead, because as you can tell, that is a big forehead. So we're just tapping it on. My camera was really trying to not see me. And then on the sides of my nose. Yeah, girl. Next up, I have some blush. This is from Revlon. It is super pigmented. Love the formula. This is actually the first blush, well, the first proper blush I've gotten, and I really love it. And I'm not a fan of blush, which is weird, but yeah, I figured out a way that I like applying my blush, which is as demonstrated. I flick it up as opposed to doing circular motions, and that just gives a nice flush of color. It's not too much for me. Really love it. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, youthful. And a little bit on my nose. I did my brows off camera because that takes me really long to do. Oh, look at that. We just jumped into eyeshadow. Alright. I'm going in with this blue shade, and I'm just packing that on the outer edges of my lid, and I'm just going to push the color into my lid, and then going in with the purple, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to push the color onto my lids and then do a little bit of a circular motion just to spread that color evenly onto my lid. Just push the color in. There isn't any specific way you can do this. I just did this so that the color would give a better payoff. So just take your time. Going in with this pink shade, I'm going to go in my inner part of my eyelid, and I'm just going to tap that color on. As you can see, all these colors are just really bright and pigmented. Just taking a buffing brush, I'm just a blending brush, blending those colors together on the outer edges. Then taking that blue and I'm going underneath my eye bag, just because I want my eye to look a little bit bigger, and I want this eye look to be slightly more dramatic, and just smudging that color slightly. Then going in with this silver shade, I'm using that for my inner corners as well as my lower lash line, just to give my eyes a little bit of a pop, make it look a little bigger, you know. Look at that. Wow. Tap on the color. Next up is mascara. I like to blink when applying my mascara. Does that make sense? We'll see. Like this. I like to just blink my eyes because it actually makes it a lot easier to apply mascara. Next up, I have lips. Going in with my brown lip liner from NYX, and then my nude from Makeup Revolution. And then I like to tap this in with my finger just to blend those two colors together and make it look airbrushed, make it look perfect. Look at that. Oh my gosh, wow. And last but not least, I have highlighter. This is the Rodeo Drive highlighter from Ofra Cosmetics. Absolutely love this highlighter. It's so pigmented and bright, and it's just beautiful. So just going on the high points of my face, getting my nose, make it look really sharp and pointy. Just tapping it on and then blending it, and then going on my eyebrow just below my lips. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to comment down below what you think about this look. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.